All right, the grand opening of the new Fox Cities Expo Center in downtown Appleton is today. We got a sneak peek at the new facility last week.
And our Gino Recchia is out there this morning. He's taking a look at the weather for today's ribbon cutting. Good morning, Gino.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice morning to be out. It's very weird because we're in January and we should be seeing snow, below freezing temperatures, but clearly not the case today. It is a great day for this ribbon cutting in terms of temperatures early on. We expect that to occur right around 3:30. This facility costs just about $32 million. It's over 30,000 square feet. It's a great new facility. The window washers actually just stopped on by. I was asking them, is it a good day to actually clean those windows? But they're doing spot cleaning inside, so I think we'll be safe to say with that. Now, the reason why we're seeing such the warm air, well, the winds are coming in from the south. You can see these flags to the behind me just whipping and bringing in all that nice warm air, but as we get later on in the afternoon and evening, completely different story. You see that day planner, temperatures dropping right around 40 by noon and below freezing by the evening. So if you're planning on enjoying and coming on by here later on this afternoon, need a light jacket as you come on by. But Brooke and Shane, you're going to need the winter jacket later on when you're leaving this evening.
But indoor window washing, it's a good day
That's
for
the
that.
important part, right?
All right, thanks, Gino. All right, still ahead, it's our NBC 26 Cares Report. An organization taking care of babies needs your help. How you can step up. You're watching NBC 26 today. All right, thanks for being with us. They've prided themselves in working to prevent child abuse in the Fox Valley for the past 20 years.
But now a nonprofit organization in Appleton is the one in need of a helping hand. Stacey Engebretson explains in this morning's NBC 26 Cares.
Babes Inc. provides free child care, educational support, and counseling to young families who have nowhere else to turn. But now the nonprofit organization is in a crisis of its own.
Babes Inc. is battling a big deficit.
I would say 50 to 60,000 in the hole, probably more.
Executive Director Elder Williams says this past year, the Child Abuse Prevention Program was denied more grant requests than usual. Just one reason they're farther in the red, making the future uncertain.
Closing the doors, that's a hard one to say. As long as I have breath, I'm going to try my best not to do that.
For 20 years, families with low-income parents up to age 27 have relied on Babes.
My husband is currently deployed in Kuwait, hopefully home soon, but 3 kids by myself 24/7 is very overwhelming.
Ashley Ann Crossno has found relief from the stress through Babes' no-cost childcare.
It was a lot of weight off of my shoulders to even have 2 hours by myself during the week.
It allowed Renee Abhold, a single mother of 4, to attend classes at Fox Valley Technical College to further her education.
To me, it's a very good program. I know my kids are in a safe place where they're going to have a good home-cooked meal, and they have parenting classes and counseling services that they offer, which is really good for me too.
Now, Babes is making a plea to the public to donate so they can pay the bills and not be forced to cut services.
I want to continue with our strategic plan. I want to continue with our new projects that we have on the horizon. I'm only unable to do that when I don't have funding. And so the funding is needed.
Babes has tried to save money by cutting staff hours, but that led to 2 key team members leaving the nonprofit. Leaders hope a surge in donation pledges will get Babes back on track for the parents and children they serve.
They are our future, and we want them to grow strong and fulfill their destinies and be the people that they can be and contribute to our humankind. So in order to do that in our community, we need to keep Babes healthy.
Babes has many options to show your support through giving or volunteering. Go to NBC26.com for more information. Stacey Engebretson, NBC 26.
And Babes' goal is to never have to charge for their programs that serve families from Outagamie, Winnebago, Calumet, and Brown counties.
Scientists say they have proof that experiencing even just one cigarette can turn you into an addict. Researchers found about 69% of people who experimented with cigarettes ended up smoking daily. About 215,000 people from all over the world participated. 60% of them said they'd tried a cigarette. Of those 60%, 69% said they became daily smokers. And Coke is making some controversial changes to get its sales up, and it's targeting millennials. New flavors like ginger lime and Fiesta cherry will be out later this month in these tall, skinny cans. But people don't like that Coke is using a mix of aspartame and another product known as Ace K to get the flavor. That's the same mix that was in Coke Zero, which was reformulated last year. But there is good news. The original Diet Coke will not change.
All right, lots to talk about outside, and it starts from the north and west where we have some cold pavement, some drizzle, maybe freezing on the surfaces, and then this radar tells the story pretty well. Start with rain, then that change over to a wintry mix, and then it goes over to snow. Now that main event is pretty much going to be around the noon hour going through the afternoon. Let's time that out for you. Well, first of all, we talk about the visibilities, saying it's dropping like Clintonville, Shawano, Antigo. These are where our lower visibilities are. We're having some delays. You can see those across the bottom of your screen. And timing this out here on Skycast going through the afternoon, there's around noon, 1:30, that batch of rain starts to move in. Watch what happens. Mid-afternoon to late afternoon, that wintry mix changing over to a shot of a couple snow showers. But any accumulation with this on the backside should be pretty light, if anything at all. But still, we've got Langlade winter weather advisory. We have some slick pavement in spots, that fog kind of freezing to the ground and drizzle. Other story, look at our temperatures. Oconto, 46. It's 50 Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, 46 Appleton, 47 in Green Bay. So I'm not talking about wind chill this morning. Green Bay's high, 48 degrees. But look what happens to the temps as we go into the afternoon with that changeover to that wintry mix and then snow. We fall back into the 30s. So warm start, colder finish. We'll talk about how cold it gets for how long and when we could see more snow in our next half hour. Stay with us.
All right, thanks for being with us this morning. Quick reminder, we have more school closings, more delays rolling in this morning, and they are scrolling at the bottom of your screen, so pay attention.
Yeah, and that's mainly off to the north, northwest, where the pavement's colder, so we're having problems with some icing going on with the drizzle and fog. The rest of us, it's the complete opposite. Look at this. When you step outside in Green Bay, it's almost 50 degrees. It's 47. Sure, it's breezy. I'm not even going to talk about the wind chill. That going on like the Fox Valley as well, but these are our problem spots towards like Shawano, Clintonville, Antigo. You see like parts of Menominee County, that fog and the cold temperatures, especially on the pavement. So maybe some icing going on there on those slick surfaces. Just be aware. The rest of us, visibilities are all right now. Now, the radar, notice this, it's telling the story pretty well. The cold front's on its way. You start with some rain, and then it goes over to this wintry mix this afternoon, and then that goes over to snow showers late this afternoon and this evening. That's kind of the timing of this. Let's take a look on Skycast. So some drizzle, then as we head towards the noon hour, there's that batch of rain to start. Then that starts to change over to this wintry mix as we head towards like Green Bay, Fox Cities, changing over to those snow showers. Now, any accumulation out of this should be relatively minor, but with the dropping temperatures, may cause some slick surface. Already seeing that towards Langlade County, Marinette County. Winter weather advisory, Langlade until 6 because of the icing right now on the slick surfaces and then that shot of snow. Current temps, look at this. Appleton, 46. It's 50 in Sheboygan, 49 in Fond du Lac. So there's whole mild pocket of air, and it's actually cooler by the lake, oddly enough. So our high in Green Bay this morning, 48, but that falls through the afternoon. So even though you might start with a light winter jacket, you have to have a heavier one by this afternoon, you guys. We'll time out how cold it gets, how long that sticks around, and when we could see more snow coming up.
All right, thanks, Fish. Now this morning we're learning more about the couple involved in a deadly domestic dispute in Calumet County Monday night.
The wife recently filed for divorce. The husband charged with sexual assault. NBC 26's Matt Jarko has the update.
A deadly shooting in the village of Harrison Tuesday is what prosecutors call a tragic end to a woman's nightmare. Sarah Schmidt and her husband Robert died in what the Calumet County Sheriff's Office calls a domestic disturbance. Deputies found the couple fighting and then heard gunshots. They say Robert ran to the backyard and shot and killed himself. Officers found Sarah shot dead in a car. Less than a week ago, Sarah filed for divorce. According to a criminal complaint, she told officers the couple had been having marital problems building for years. The complaint states Sarah told officers that on New Year's Eve, Robert pointed a gun at her several times, tied her up, and sexually assaulted her. The couple also has 3 children. Prosecutors charged Robert with first-degree sexual assault and kidnapping. The district attorney says Robert does not dispute the allegations inside this criminal complaint. He was able to post bail and on Tuesday waived his preliminary hearing. Then later that night, he violated a judge's no-contact order, returned home, and the deadly incident began. In Harrison, Matt Jarko, NBC 26.
An emotional day in court as a Shawano County man is sentenced for killing 3 teenagers in a car crash. 20-year-old Ryan Swadler is sentenced to 15 years in prison for the October 2014 crash, where prosecutors say he was under the influence of drugs. The families of the victims explaining how Swadler's actions changed so many lives.
You might as well have took the 3 kids out of the car and shot them in the head, because being irresponsible with a car, it's the same outcome. You did not have the right to change that many people's lives. You didn't murder 3 kids. You murdered 3 families.
The 15-year prison sentence also comes with 30 years of extended supervision. Well, a judge has denied Joseph Jakubowski's request to move his trial out of Rock County. Jakubowski led law enforcement on a 10-day manhunt last summer and admitted to stealing guns. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison last month. Jakubowski is still facing felony charges in Rock County related to the thefts of guns and ammunition.
All right, we're having some problems with some fog and some drizzle freezing on the pavement like Clintonville, Shawano, these counties off to the north and west and north because the pavement's still pretty cold and you really didn't warm up that much. But that's the complete opposite. Look at the Fox Valley right now. It's 46 degrees. Now, if you live right next to Lake Winnebago, probably a little bit cooler there, but otherwise, we're pretty quiet. Again, a little bit of icing going on to the north and west. But notice this actually kind of paints the picture perfectly. You start with some rain, it goes over to this wintry mix, and then some snow. That'll be our trend as we head through the day. Let's time that out, Skycast here. The morning, again, maybe some rain, some drizzle, but then we're going to see the batch of rain change over to this wintry mix as the afternoon goes on, changing over to snow showers from the north and west. Now, accumulation out of this is going to be relatively minor, but still having some problems with icing towards like Langlade County, northern Marinette. That's why we've got a winter weather advisory for Langlade going until 6 o'clock tonight, not only for what's going on right now, but what comes this afternoon into tonight. Current temps, we got 49 in Fond du Lac. Green Bay, it's 47, so a lot of you are going to step outside and go, wow. But that changes this afternoon. Watch the temperature trend go down through the 30s. Below freezing by 6 o'clock tonight, but our morning high 48 in Green Bay. You guys, I'm going to let you know how cold it gets tonight, how long it sticks around, and when we might have to shovel again coming up.
All right, thanks, Fish. In Washington today, President Trump's legal team tries to work out details of a possible interview with the FBI's Russia investigator.
Now, President Trump is saying that interview may never happen. Tracy Potts is on Capitol Hill to explain.
Brooke and Shane, remember the president said he would cooperate 100% with the Russia investigation. Now he's questioning if he really needs to do an interview with the FBI. A presidential interview with the FBI on Russia still just a possibility, with his lawyers working on options for when and where. President Trump is asking why.
When they have no collusion and nobody's found any collusion at any level, it seems unlikely that you'd even have an interview. There is collusion, but it's really with the Democrats.
As the special counsel's investigation tightens around the Oval Office, the president seems more desperate and more impulsive, lashing out at people who simply want to disclose the truth to the American people.
Congressional committees are also looking into whether the Trump campaign colluded with Russia to influence the election. The president tweets, Republicans should take control. But all eyes are on whether the FBI special counsel might question the president in person or in writing.
To make sure it's perfectly clear, it's no secret that the president's not always careful in how he says things.
The Washington Post reports special counsel Robert Mueller has added a cyber crimes expert to his team of prosecutors, giving some hint where the investigation may be headed next. That team includes prosecutors focused on white-collar crimes like fraud and money laundering. From Washington, Tracy Potts, NBC 26.
Thanks, Tracy. Now, weeks after Mexico logged its deadliest year on record, the United States is asking you not to visit 5 violence-ridden Mexican states. All 5 states are on the U.S. border. There are several of them along the Pacific coast as well. They're hotspots of drug cartel activity. Now, the new warning system designates the states as a level 4 risk, the same danger category as war-torn nations like Syria, Yemen, and Somalia.
Happening today, officials in the town of Yorkville are holding a public meeting to see how they benefit from the Foxconn development. The town wants to update its comprehensive plan for land use. Land along I-94 just across from the Foxconn site is designated as mostly agricultural. The town board is considering changing that designation to accommodate a mix of residential and urban development. The meeting starts at 6 tonight in Union Grove.
Well, coming up, they're just announced and dog lovers will want to take note. The AKC's newest dog breeds for 2018. We'll tell you all about them.
And we'll check back in with Gino at the Fox Cities Expo Center ahead of today's ribbon cutting.
All right, see this cold front out to the west? That's going to live up to its name. And a lot of you actually early this morning, it's warm out. So big changes on the way. I'm going to time out a wintry mix. We'll let you know how cold it gets tonight, how long that sticks around, and when you might have to shovel again. All that in your full Storm Shield forecast. Stay with us.
All right, thanks for being with us. The American Kennel Club added 2 breeds of dogs to its roster for the first time since 2016. They're kind of hard to pronounce, bear with me here, but meet Grand Basset Griffin Van Dane on the left and the Netherlandsy Quaker Hange on the right. You'll see them in the Westminster Dog Show starting next year.
Well, stop out and eat ice cream today for a good cause. Zesty's Frozen Custard donates a portion of its proceeds every month to a local nonprofit. This month, they're giving money to the Alzheimer's Association. Last year, Zesty's raised more than $25,000 for area charities.
Guys, I just want Brooke to re-say those dog names.
Nope. I feel so bad for the announcers of that show.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
I said they're lovely dogs.
Second time I've given those names to Brooke, so I don't have to say it.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
She just wanted golden retriever. That's all.
Lab.
Not happening. Yeah, lab. All right, you guys, outside. Boy, is it strange in spots for the middle of January. Look at this temperature in Green Bay. When you step out the door, 47 degrees. Sure, it's breezy, but I'm not even going to talk about a wind chill with that. But we are having some problems. As you head off to the north and west and well off to the north, notice these visibilities down to a quarter mile, Antigo, Shawano, close to half mile, Clintonville. And some of this, because of the cold pavement, is icing on the surface. So untreated roadways might be slippery. We do have some school delays going on. You can see those scrolling across the bottom of your screen. But precipitation right now, not much going on, but this is telling the story very well. Notice out to the west, it starts with some rain, then goes over to a wintry mix, and then snow. That'll be our story as we head through the day from the north and west to the south and east. Let's try to try this out for you here on Skycast. This is a look around the noon hour. Now, some of you might be starting off with some rain, but you see that transition out to the west. That's going to start to work its way in. That's the cold front. So there's Green Bay around 3:30 doing that transition to maybe this wintry mix, and then over to some snow showers in the afternoon, going into the evening hours from the north and west to the south and east. The cold air going to be plunging right on in here. So get ready. It's going to get much colder tonight. Now, we do have weather alerts going on for Langlade County in areas to the north because of that light icing on the slick surfaces this morning. Like northern Marinette, even seeing that